Good morning, students. I welcome you all to your next Mathematics E lesson number 9. Today, we are going to continue with the same chapter, square and square roots. And the topics which we are going to cover today are finding the square of a number by using distributive property and Pythagorean triplet. Let's go for the first topic, finding the square of a number by using distributive property. According to this, we have an expression 2 multiplied by x plus 5 can also be written as x plus 5 multiplied by 2. After solving them, we get the same answer 2x plus 10. I have one more example. 5 multiplied by y minus 7 can also be written as y minus 7 multiplied by 5. And the result which we are getting is 5y minus 35. In the previous E lesson, we have already discussed this distributive property. Let's get little more clear with the help of live example. Students, nowadays you must be helping your parents in their day-to-day life. A simple example, when you are helping your mother to distribute the meal to your siblings or your grandparents. In such process, when you are giving the meal to them, means you are giving to each and every person of your family. Let's come back to the same example. A plus B multiplied with C plus D. We will go for the distributive property. A plus B will multiply with C, then A plus B will again multiply with D. After solving it by again using distributive property, we'll multiply A with C. The symbol of plus will as it is. B will be multiplied with C. Let's come to our next bracket. A will multiply with D, and then now in this step we may count that we have 4 terms. As you all are aware of that the terms are separated with the symbol of plus or minus. After solving it, we get AC plus BC plus AD plus BD. Let's get the same topic little more clear with the help of an example. Here we have on our screen, find the square of number. We all are aware that we can find out the square of number by multiplying itself. Do we have another way to find out the square of number? Yes, we do have. Means without actual multiplication, we can find out the square of number. I have discussed it just now by using distributive property. Let's see how we can apply distributive property to find the square of number. In such case, I have a number with me 23. 23 square, which is equals to 23 multiplied by 23. I'll find out the expanded form of 23 will equal to 20 plus 3. Now we will go for the distributive property, means 20 will multiply with 20 plus 3, then plus 3, and will multiply with 20 plus 3. After solving, we will multiply 20 with 20, which is equals to 400, then 20 with 3, we get 60. Similarly, 3 will multiply with 20, By using distributive property, we get 60. Then again 3 will multiply with 3 is equals to 9. After adding them, we get 23 square is equals to 529. We have one more example on the screen. Find out the square of 39 by the same way. 39 square. We'll first of all find the expanded form of 39. Which expanded form of 39, which is equal to 30 plus 9. We'll write down 30 plus 9 twice to multiply them. Now I'll proceed further for the distributive property, where we'll multiply 30 with 30 plus 9, again plus 9 with 30 plus 9. In the next step, we'll again move for the distributive property. 30 with 30 and then 30 with 9. After solving it, I'm getting 900, 30 plus 9, 270. Similarly, 9 multiplied by 30 is 270 and then 9 multiplied by 9 is 81. Therefore, square of 39 is equals to 1521. We have other pattern also to find out the square of number. But under this, we have to check whether the number is ending with 5 or not. Because according to this pattern, if the unit digit is 5, then only we can follow the same pattern. We will multiply the tens digit with the successive number and then multiply with 100. After this, we will add 5 square in the given number. Here we have 25. We'll multiply the tens digit 2 with the successive number 3. We'll multiply them 6 and we'll multiply finally with them 600 plus 25. Let's have one more example. 35 square. Here, as the number is ending with 5, so we can follow the above pattern. Here, first of all, we'll multiply the tens digit with the successive number, means 3 multiplied by 4, which is equals to 12, and then we will multiply it with 100. It becomes 1200 plus 25, which is the square of 5. After adding them, I am getting 35 squared is equals to 1225. Let's proceed further for the next topic, Pythagorean triplet. Now here we are having two words, Pythagorean and triplets. When I am talking about Pythagorean, goddess means I am having a right angle triangle. Another word is triplets. Triplet means 3 numbers. Have a look at this equation. 2m square plus m square minus 1 whole square, which is equals to m square plus 1 whole square. Where m should always be greater than 1 means where m should always be a natural number, and the terms 2m, m square minus 1 and m square plus 1 forms the members of Pythagorean triplet. Let's get this concept little more clear with the help of this right angle triangle. Means, according to this Pythagorean triplet, we are dealing with a right angle triangle where the two smaller numbers are the two sides that form the right angle, and the biggest number is the length of hypotenuse. You can see a right angle triangle on your screen where base is representing the number 2m, perpendicular is representing the number m square minus 1, and the hypotenuse is representing the biggest number m square plus 1. Let's get the same concept little more clear with the help of example. What is 3 square plus 4 square? 3 square is 9, 4 square is 16. When we'll add them, we will get 25. We all are aware of 25 is square of 5. So we can say that 3 square plus 4 square is equals to 5 square. According to this, 3, 4 and 5 are the members of Pythagorean triplet. Here we have one more example where the members are 6, 8 and 10. These three members are given to us. We have to check whether these are the members of the Pythagorean triplet or not. Very first, we will find out the square of two numbers, small numbers. 6 square plus 8 square. 6 square is 36. 8 square is 64. We'll add them and we'll get 100. We know that 100 is the square of 10. So we can say that 6, 8 and 10 are the members of Pythagorean triplet. All are clear that the terms 2m, m square minus 1 and the m square plus 1 forms Pythagorean triplet. If we are given one member of the Pythagorean triplet, can we find out the other two members? Yes, we can find out the other two members of the Pythagorean triplet. Let's get this concept little more clear with the help of an example. We have one member 12 on our screen. We'll find out the other two members. In such case, we always assume our given member as 2m. As earlier we have assumed that 2m should always be the base of right angle triangle. When we will assume 2m as 12, the value of m will become 6. Or we can say we get 2m, that is 6 multiplied by 2 is equals to 12. After getting the value of m, we find out the value of m square minus 1. As the value of m is 6, it will become 6 square minus 1, 36 minus 1, which is equals to 35. Now we will get value of m square plus 1, means 6 square plus 1, 36 plus 1 is equals to 37. Hence, 12, 35 and 37 forms a Pythagorean triplet. Students, that's all for today's topic. I hope you all are able to understand. Now kindly solve your given questionnaire and get back to your concerned teacher. Thank you and happy learning.